So our minds are full, too full of a lot of junk thinking. It just goes round and round in circles, brings no benefit to our lives, brings no joy to our lives. Thinking is an addiction. Like any addiction, it has some pleasures, and it's the pleasures and the habit that keep us addicted. So to give up any kind of harmful addiction, there's a certain amount of discomfort involved. Going against a habit is always more difficult than following a habit. But it's doable, and it's really worthwhile. And to be able to take responsibility for your own mental health and to have that confidence that you can sustain a sense of stability and well-being, whatever the external conditions may be. That's a really wonderful thing to learn in your life. But to begin with, it's like any skill, to put in some hard work. And meditation is not just to drift off into some pleasant mental state. We're developing life skills, and the foundation of these life skills, the key to all the rest that will gradually be developed, is mindfulness. We have to see the importance of mindfulness, how vital it is to mental health, how vital it is to any true liberation, inner freedom. Recognize this prison of thinking, the addiction of thinking. Just try to rouse up this motivation to be free of this addiction, to develop one's potentials as a human being through mental training. To begin with, we take an object, such as the breath, and we start to train mindfulness using the breath as our tool. We keep bringing the mind back to the breath again and again, just as you would train a puppy or train a horse, train any kind of wild animal to be very, very patient. But this is not a task that requires great intellectual commitment. That's the point. It's simple. It's the most simple thing. But why is it so difficult? They're teaching us when you breathe in, you're aware. You know that you're breathing in. And when you breathe out, you know that you're breathing out. What could be more straightforward? But this addiction to thinking, to memory, to imagination, to something, anything at all, pulls us away from this simple task again and again. So to counter that, we need to strengthen our commitment by reminding ourselves of the value of this work. And also to be very observant. That when your mind does stay with the breath for a while, observe how good it feels. And that strengthens the motivation. Now, in focusing on the breath, yesterday I suggested beginning with just a more general awareness of the body, from the head down to the toes, breathing in, breathing out, observing that this is function of the body. It's not somebody doing it. The body breathes in, the body breathes out. And we take this first steps towards being the even-minded observer. This observing awareness. The breath comes in, the body expands, the breath leaves the body, and the body contracts. It's natural. This is the movement of life, expansion and contraction. Just feel it. Feel it in your head, feel it in your neck, feel it in your shoulders, your arms, your hands, your fingers. Feel it in your chest, feel it in your belly, feel it in your back, feel it in your torso, feel it in your hips, feel it in your thighs, your knees, your shins, your calves, your ankles, your feet, your toes. It's this most basic expression of life. The body breathing in, the body breathing out. So this is a precious time to do this work. And, so when there's a temptation to wander off and be thinking about other things, you just later on, right now is not the time and place. Just put that to one side for now. Put it on the back burner. So you can continue with that full body awareness, starting to develop that observer awareness, one which is awake to whatever is occurring in the present moment without like or dislike. Also, after some time, you can now choose a particular point in the body to be aware of the breath. You can be aware of the breath in the abdomen, where the movement of the abdomen is very clear, easy to recognize. Some meditators prefer to observe the breath in the heart area, in the middle of the chest. But most meditators will choose a spot in the tip of the nose where the breath enters the nostrils, or inside the nose in the nostrils themselves, or perhaps a bit further down at the top of the upper lip. But just find a spot which is comfortable, where you can observe, where you can recognize the breath and establish your awareness right there. Now, if you find that's too difficult, mind not really ready to focus on one particular point, then return to the full body awareness of the breath. But if you feel you're ready, then practice. So simple, being aware of whatever sensation present, knowing the in-breath as the in-breath, out-breath as out-breath. So you can use those simple words if you wish, in and out, or khao, or we can use the mantra taken from the word Buddha, and we use the word Buddho, divided into two. On the in-breath is Bud, on the out-breath To. Bud le Put To. So the purpose of the mantra is to strengthen the connection between the mind and the breath. Another possibility is to divide the breath into sections. So the in-breath can be divided into three sections: the beginning, the middle, and the end. And similarly with the out-breath, the beginning, the middle, and the end. And also observe this, the transition, the gap, the pause between the out-breath and the in-breath, and the in-breath and the out-breath. So now, rather than two things to observe, the in-breath and the out-breath, you have 8. You have the beginning of the in-breath, the middle, and the end. So you're sustaining your awareness for the whole length of the in-breath. And then there's the pause, and then the beginning of the out-breath, the middle, the end, and then a short pause, and then beginning of the next in-breath. So this, again, is a skillful means to sustain attention, to create this stream of awareness, stream of mindfulness.